CID are definitely all out.
No sweat, we can handle it. I have permission. Come on, Mr. Rydell, this way. What about his car?
A-OK, I called it the Swansea.
It's a bit cocky, isn't it, mate? Using your own car? Someone's tearing it to pieces, I hope.
Mal's giving it the once-over now.
In there. Take a seat. Right, Mr. Rydell. Let battle commence. Still sure you don't want a solicitor?
I don't need a solicitor. I ain't done nothing.
Only the fact you got no previous don't impress me, pal. Your two mates...
They weren't me mates.
The two blokes you so obligingly gave a lift to this morning had just committed a very nasty armed robbery. And they have left you well and truly in it, my son. Why do their time as well as your own, eh? Come on, who were they?
I don't know. I was just sitting there in my car with the engine running.
Oh, you admit that then, do you?
I was only stopped for a sec to check my road map.
Road map? You haven't mentioned that before. Was there a road map in his car?
Yeah.
Lost then, were you? Wheelman's supposed to have the knowledge, you know. Wheelman? Getaway driver?
I wasn't their getaway driver.
Then why didn't you stop when you saw us?
Did you stop with a knife there?
And what about when they bailed out? Did you have a knife to your throat then, did you?
I panicked. I just wanted to get as far away from them as possible.
From them? Or us?
Look, it's perfectly simple, old son. If you was looking at your map, you were going somewhere. All you've got to do is tell us where you were going, we'll check it out, and that's it, innit? Bingo. A free man.
We've got enough to charge you on, you know.
Couldn't be you were on your way to another job, could it? For another mob? There isn't some gang of blackguards standing around on a street corner somewhere still waiting for their wheelman, is there?
Where were you going?
11:30, coffee break. Everything all right, Ramsey?
I think so, thank you, sir.
I'll take over for a bit then, shall I? There's no problem. PC Frank's kept me up to date.
As you wish, sir. Whatever you think's best.
Mm-hmm. You two can get back out on patrolling, can't you?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Get this man a cup of coffee before you go.
What did you say to him?
That you weren't making much headway.
And what do you know about interrogation? Well, you can get a little toe rag his coffee.
You want another one?
No, thanks.
You know you've got the right to inform somebody that you're here, don't you?
I told him I don't want a solicitor.
Yeah, well, not just a solicitor. Mum, dad, girlfriend, anyone you like. What are you, 19? I imagine you've got better things to do with your time than just sit here, haven't you? Look, the car's clean, you're clean, you don't look like a villain, so why wouldn't you tell the other officer where you were going, eh? Come on, Sean, it can't be all that terrible, can it?
I didn't trust him.
Yeah. Well, you can trust an old hand like me, can't you? Everybody trusts me, except the wife, of course.
Interview.
Interview?
For a job.
Mm-hmm. Where?
Rashley Road, Whitechapel.
Mm. And what job's that, then?
Male stripper.
Sorry?
Male stripper. You won't tell me, Mum, will you?
How can I help you, sir?
I want to confess. I can't go on any longer. I must confess.
Confess to what, sir?
Murder. I killed her. I hit her with an hammer.
PC Haynes, let's just calm down and start from the beginning, shall we, sir? Who are we talking about, sir?
I killed her.
Who, sir?
Who? My wife. I killed my wife.
Come this way, sir. Tell us all about it.
She's got me back, though. She's haunting me. She is. She's haunting me.
This way, sir.
You pulling my leg? No, sir. He claims he murdered his wife with a hammer and hid her body under the floorboards.
The man's definitely unbalanced, but he's not a nutter.
Normal people don't go around hitting their old woman over the head with an hammer. Normal people only think about it. How long ago did you say? June of 1958, sir.
I came home from work early one day, and there they were, in our bed.
Who was he, Mr. Baxter? Did you know him?
No, never found out who he was. Some lorry driver I suspected.
Why suspect a lorry driver?
She was always going on about lorry drivers and how they did a man's job. I was a pen pusher then. She called me Weedy.
What happened when you found them in bed together?
She laughed at me.
You didn't fight with the man? Anything like that?
No. He got dressed and left the house.
Then what happened?
She went through to the scullery, through to the kitchen, and started to make a pot of tea. She'd nothing on. Stark naked she was. I remember standing in the doorway watching her move around from the sink to the cooker. She had love bites all over her body. On her.
That when you did it?
Sorry?
I said, is that when you did it?
Just as she was filling the pot with hot water, I stepped up behind her and belted her with the coal hammer.
So what do you reckon? I reckon I need a 30-year-old murder like the Aga Khan needs a win on the pools.
So what do we do?
I've got a new DC starting today. He and young Carver will love this one.
Well, I reckon the bloke's a right nutter. He's not got both his oars in the water. Nutters make fine murderers, Jim. Yep. I reckon he did bump it off. Do you? Yeah. All the details you gave. Right down to the love bites. Yeah. That's enough to make any man kill, that is. No, he just reads a lot. Well, there ain't no records of missing persons. Well, who's going to report her missing? Not him. He did her in. Well, someone must have missed her. Well, like the man said, it was only him and her. No other family. Well, she must have had some friends. Well, you heard him. They'd only got a few friends, and she'd had on her toes with some other bloke. I mean, who's going to report that to us? So, the perfect murder, eh? Not quite. She came back to haunt him. Well, by my calculations, number 36 Denbridge Street should be right. Just about there. So, if our friend Baxter did bump off his old woman, she's under that lot. Well, that's that then. No! Don't give up so easy, Jimbo. All right, so what's the next move? You drop me off at the local town hall, then go back to the factory and have another word with our friend Baxter. But he's told us all he can already. Jimbo, find out who and where his family doctor is. Check his medical records. Then find out where they got married. Get hold of a marriage certificate. I want you to trace his wife's background. Gosh, that'll take ages. Being a good copper does, Jimbo.
So what did you do with the hammer then, Mr. Baxter?
Under the floorboards with the body. You don't believe me, do you, son?
Well, we do get all sorts coming in here, Mr. Baxter.
I killed her.
Yeah, but why come and tell after all these years?
I told you. She comes back some nights. I can hear her calling me. She wakes me up.
Well then, Mr. Baxter. You are what we call a pain in the arse.
I'm sorry to be so much trouble.
So far, all we've got is your confession. No body, no murder weapon. Got sweet FA exams.
I did it.
How long after you stuck it under the floors did you move house?
Well, didn't it pen and ink a bit?
I never noticed it.
Well, who moved into your house after you moved out?
No one. The whole street was rehoused, And our houses were left empty for about a year after. I walked back round there one day just to have a look.
What for?
I don't know, really. Suppose I was worried at the time.
That the body might be discovered.
Yeah. She weren't haunting me at that time, see?
Well, when did she start haunting you then, Mr. Baxter?
5 years ago. She came to me in the night. Woke me up. Wakes me up every night now. Every night. All her head's bashed in where I hit her. And... Oh, God, why can't he just go away?
And what, Mr. Baxter?
She's still got all those love bites all over her body. She was an old slag. Why can't he just stay dead?
Value of stolen goods?
£3.20. To make it worse, she's got a small fortune in her purse. I just don't understand people sometimes.
You're not alone. Right then, madam. Would you like to come with us, please?
Thanks for your help.
Ready?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheerio. Yeah.
Come on.
The fact that she's an American citizen doesn't alter the facts. She's been caught shoplifting.
She had over £300 in her bag, Mum, and over $1,000 US.
Well, that makes it worse rather than better, don't you think?
But she just didn't look the type, Mum. And from our inquiries...
Shoplifters come in all shapes, sizes, colours, creeds and social backgrounds.
There was something different about this woman, Mum.
She insists that it was a genuine mistake on her part, which is quite believable. But on the other hand, she seemed pleased about being arrested.
All right. And you've never been involved with the police in your own country?
No, never. Look, this is just all a mistake on my part. I've got an awful lot on my mind.
Well, according to the store detective's statement, you were clearly observed placing articles into your bag rather than the baskets provided.
Have you contacted my husband yet, please?
We're still trying, Mum. Seems to be a problem getting Mr. Gary at his hotel.
Problem? What kind of problem?
Mrs. Gary, is there something you're not telling us?
What do you mean?
When are you due to return home?
10 o'clock tomorrow morning from Heathrow.
Why were you at that supermarket?
Oh, I don't know what you're driving at.
Why go shopping when you're due to return home tomorrow?
Well, I just needed a few things. Hand cream and aspirin and stuff like that.
But all the items you placed in your bag were foodstuffs.
Look, if you'll just contact my husband, he'll fix it all.
What does your husband do for a living, Mrs. Gary?
Why do you ask?
Just a routine question. He's a professional man, I presume?
He works with the government. Look, if you'll just find my husband, I really need to speak with him.
The government, in what capacity?
I'm sorry. I refuse to answer any more questions until my husband arrives.
Well, Mrs. Gary, I have two choices here. First off, I can have you officially charged with the offence of shoplifting, and I can make special arrangements to have you up before the magistrate by this afternoon.
No, you must find my husband first.
Madam, your husband is completely irrelevant at this moment in time.
No, you must.
On the other hand, as this is your first offence, I have the authority to let you off with nothing more than a stern warning. Either way, your husband plays no part.
No, you must reach Tom and tell him that I'm being held here. Look, could you just contact my husband? It's very important.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Inspector Conway.
Have you found my husband?
No, Mrs. Gary, we haven't.
But you've got to.
Inspector Fraser has explained the circumstances of your arrest. And on her recommendation, and having studied all the facts, it's my opinion that we'd all be better served by issuing you with an official warning.
You mean you're letting me go?
That's correct, madam. However, I must warn you that should you return to this country and commit an...
No, this isn't right. You've got to contact my husband.
And commit an offence of this or any other nature...
Now will you contact my husband?
She had to pick the foot with a corn on, didn't she?
You've got to give her full marks for determination.
Yeah, well, I think we should get a medical report on her. She's obviously demented.
This husband, do we know anything about him?
Well, no, not a lot, sir. Much to the US government.
The government? In what capacity?
No, we don't know, sir. You'll survive. Nothing broken.
Do we know what hotel he's staying at?
Yes, the Denbridge, sir.
The Denbridge. CID were called to an incident there earlier this morning. Marion, could you find Inspector Burnside for me? Yes, my office. Thanks. Well, be brave, Derek.